Alright, this is the chapter 2 on topic of nature study. We're going to look at number 1, the definition, a practical study of plants, animal and all natural phenomena. Very important, we introduce this nature to the children so that they are practically going to study all these elements, which are the plants, the animals and the phenomenon. Why it's so important? Because children are attracted to know the surrounding and the environment. So a part of their environment would be many plants, and then including a lot of animals. And sometime you're going to look at the weather, how the rains, what is the rainbow, and maybe the tides in the seesaw, right? So this is what we're going to introduce to the children. And then we look into the importance to study nature. The children love the environment. We want to impart to them the idea that awareness and loving and caring to the environment by performing all these activity, for example like recreation and having hands-on experience. So they can have a nature walk, they go into the garden, they can identify different types of plants. Okay, they know what kind of flower there are. They can have taste on the different fruits, and maybe they can have some idea what's a vegetable all about. And later on they have the experience looking, observing the animals really in reality. They know the shape of elephant, crocodile, um, a lion and tiger, okay, because they see in their own eyes. Okay, next would be crucial aspect, and another thing that we want to build up is the character of the children, which is to show gratitude. They can express thankfully uh, to what they are being given. They can feel this is the gift from the creator, and they appreciate its uniqueness. And how we teach them about um, cleaning, teaching about how to um, deal with pets, for example, and even maybe they are growing plants, right? Another objective that we want to achieve here is we want to educate in terms of ecology, how each of these different elements are interdependent with each other, how we as humans interact with plant with animals, and animal need the surrounding habitat to live in. And then of course the awareness, we want them to be knowledgeable, having a lot of information about their surrounding, and then they do understand what is happening and in their environment, what are happening in the surrounding. For example like day and night, why day is having light, why night is so dark. Okay, continue on that, we have early exposure. Why we want to expose this as early as childhood period? Because this is for them to observe, for them to learn how to observe. That's why we emphasize on uh, looking at the environment. Okay, and very important, and that we want to um, teach them at this early age. Okay, and because of that, actually we are inviting them to be creative. They can be that creative by having the study of nature. Nature helps them to be creative maybe they're going to look at different type of color that combine in one plant, for example, or different kind of shape combined in one animal. So it helps them and to increase their um, brain capacity, including inspire critical. What happens is that they might think deeper. For example, like looking at the life cycles, and there are some look like the adult when these animals are very young, but certain young animal would change into a different kind of adult uh, shape. Okay, all right. And other than that, we have the point of significant senses. We want them to learn about their senses and apply the senses in their study. So they get to know and realize about their senses. They acknowledge what is the sense of touch, how to use the sense of hear, how about recognizing the sense of sight and the taste when you teach about fruits, vegetable, for example. Other thing we have this comparison contemplate. This shows that when you compare things, you are using the higher level of thinking, and this is what we meant by contemplating. We want them to give a higher and deeper thinking when they compare things. For example, what is the difference between plants and animals? Or maybe we make it harder when what is the difference between vegetable and fruits? Or maybe different type of animals, like how is the mammals distinguished from reptilian or amphibian, right? Okay, so that is how we need them to use their senses, and through that they have the excitement in the exploration. They want to explore more because they feel excited. They are attracted because these are the interesting um, element that they have. Right? They want to use more on their touch. They want to see a lot of things. They can identify different sounds of animals. All right. Later on, we have this example to be examined. Some part of example is very general, like the ocean orientation. We introduce them. What is ocean? How many ocean? Where is the ocean? And some of the example are very specific. We want them to know that nature and science, some part are very surface information, and some other might be very deep understanding. How process of photosynthesis happen in plant? What is the formula? What kind of things that involve in the process, and what it become after that, and how the process being performed by the plants. All right. Okay. And then we also want them to be practically in their routine activity, which is they go hands-on in the gardening, and they can give nutrient, they fertilize the growing the tree, and how the seeds are actually been put in the soil, and how long it's going to be inside before it grow, coming out the shoot, and when they pull up, how is the roots look like. And then this petting proactive activities shows that even though animals are there outside, we can take care of them personally. We be proactive by feeding them, and then maybe giving care to them, and then we put them in a comfort cage, so that we know how to and handle and deal with the animals. And lastly, the experimentation. Of course, this is science, so science deals a lot with experiment, and we want children to be more excited, to be more attracted by doing a lot of experiment that seem to be very magical, but this is all actually is a scientific knowledge. Through investigation, we can come out with a lot of solution to a problem, and we can create and a lot of new technology. Alright, I hope that covers some part of it generally. Thank you. See you next slide.